Hello students, welcome back in the course of Fluid Mechanics. Myself Praveen Yadav, Assistant Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department, Sharad Institute of Technology, College of Engineering, Hyderabad. Today we are going to discuss the actual syllabus of Fluid Mechanics and the course content which we are going to cover throughout this semester. Okay, Fluid Mechanics is the third semester course. It is professional core course having a credit of 4, 3 credit for lecture and 1 credit for tutorial work. Okay, so in a lecture per week we have 3 lectures and 1 tutorial. The examination is based on continuous assessment, mid semester examination and end semester examination. Continuous assessment consists weightage of 20 marks, mid semester exam consists weightage of 20 marks and end semester exam consists weightage of 60 marks. For the theory fluid mechanics, again it is facilitated with fluid mechanics lab. It has a credit of 1 and 2 hours per batch, and the marks for the practical batch is dependent on continuous assessment 60 marks and external examination for 40 marks. Okay, so in today's lecture we are going to discuss about course plan, then units of measurement, then prerequisite subjects which are essential. Okay, so in course plan we are going to discuss about course objective, course outcome, then course content, and what are the reference books or textbooks are essential for the preparation of this subject fluid mechanics. Okay, so in course objective, the first and foremost important objective is to familiarize with properties of fluid mechanics and application of fluid mechanics. Okay, so before studying the subject of fluid mechanics, we must be familiar with the properties of fluid and we must know what are the different applications of fluid mechanics. In the second objective is to formulate and analyze problem related to calculation of forces in liquid structure interaction. As I discussed in the first lecture only, fluid mechanics or the power of fluid we have explained, already discussed with the help of some suitable examples, just like in tsunami, and just we have taken one example of Nisarg cyclone which hits the coastal area of Maharashtra. So by that we can understand what is the power of fluid, and that's why it is much more essential to understand the effect of forces when fluid interacts with the structure. So in study of fluid mechanics, interaction of fluid structure plays an important role, or we must has to know about the interaction of fluid and structure. That part we are going to cover. And the third objective is to understand the concept of fluid measurement, type of flow and dimensional analysis. What are the different types of there are different number of equipments for the measurement of fluid purpose. We have to study that equipments, on which principle it works, then types of flows and dimensional analysis. This is about the course objective. After the successful completion of this course, you will be able to explain various properties of fluid and their SI units. Already we have discussed about some basic equations of the fluid mechanics, but here we are going to discuss in detail about the various properties of fluid and its SI units. Then you will be able to determine hydrostatic forces and curved surfaces and explain stability of floating bodies. Then you will be able to understand the concept of fluid measurement, type of flow and dimensional analysis. You will be able to apply Bernoulli's equation to simple problem in fluid mechanics. You will be able to explain laminar and turbulent flow on flat plate and through pipes, and you will be able to make use of dimensional analysis to simple problem in fluid mechanics and explain boundary layer, drag and lift etc. concept with respect to the fluid mechanics. Course content wise, you have the total 6 chapters, every chapter having weightage of 8 hours, in which in chapter number 1 we are going to discuss about the basics. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about definition of fluid properties such as viscosity, vapor, pressure, then compressibility, surface tension, capillarity, Mach number, etc. Pressure at a point in the static mass of fluid, then variation of pressure, Pascal's law, pressure measurement by simple and differential manometer using manometric expressions. So all those are the some basic entities with respect to the fluid. Out of that, I think you have already studied about the fluid viscosity in 11th and 12th, those who are completed in 11th and 12th, and even those who have completed diploma, they also have known about the what is meant by viscosity. So these are some simple properties we are going to discuss. One important thing is that when we are going to discuss related with the Mach number, this is the unitless quantity. Mach number is the unitless quantity. Such a like other unitless quantities like Reynolds number, Mach number, Strouhal number, those also we are going to discuss in this chapter. This is essential for the measurement of flow and making it flow property universal, because if you represent any quantity in a dimensionless form, then it will be considered as an universally accepted property for that particular field based on the numbers. Okay. The second chapter comes related with the fluid statics. Already we have discussed about fluid statics. When we are discussing the properties of fluid, when fluid is in a stationary condition, then it is called as a statics properties of fluid. So in fluid statics, we are going to discuss about hydrostatic forces on the plane and curved surfaces, center of pressure, the buoyancy phenomenon, then center of buoyancy, then stability of floating bodies, then metacenter and metacentric height, its application in shipping. About this chapter, I will explain you with the simple one example that you can consider a big ship for transportation purpose. Shipping is the best business or shipping is the best mode considered for the low cost transportation. But have you imagined on the ship how much weight ship is carrying? It carries 1,000 tons of material or weight, and it is, even though it is floating over the water. So by that you can understand that what is the static power of fluid. What is the static power of fluid? Or even we have taken some examples of that many times many bodies are floating over the water. So this is due to the static power of the fluid. What we are going to study that here, what is the effect, static effect of fluid. Okay. Second is the fluid kinematics. Again, I will remind you that fluid kinematics is nothing but the property of fluid when it is in moving condition without considering pressure forces. Okay, without considering pressure forces. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about velocity of fluid particles, types of fluid flow, description of flow. There are 3 types major considered for the fluid flow purpose, that is steady flow, unsteady flow, again a laminar flow, turbulence. These are required to be considered. Then description of flow, continuity equation, coordinate freedom, then acceleration of fluid particles, rotational and irrotational flow, Laplace equation in velocity, potential and Poisson's equation in stream function flow net. Okay, so this part we are going to cover in a chapter number 3 related to the fluid kinematics, whereas chapter number 4 deals with the fluid dynamics. In fluid dynamics, we are going to discuss about momentum equation, development of Euler's equation, introduction to Navier-Stokes equation, then integration of Euler's equation to obtain Bernoulli's equation. We are going to discuss about Bernoulli's theorem, application of Bernoulli's theorem such as venturimeter, orifice meter, rectangular and triangular notch, pitot tube, orifice and etc. So in fluid dynamics, uh, those who are interested to do their career in CFD, for these people also fluid dynamics is very much essential and important subject. Here you will get all mathematical relationships of the fluid by considering pressure, velocity and all other fluid properties. So this again consists 8 hours lecture hour weightage, and this is very much more important chapter as far as your further career in the fluid mechanics. Then next chapter deals with the types of flow. There are two major types of flows are considered: laminar flow and turbulence flow. Here also we are going to discuss both laminar as well as turbulence flow. In laminar flow we are going to discuss about flow through circular pipe between parallel plates, then power absorbed in viscous flow in bearing, then losses of head due to friction in viscous flow. That part we are going to discuss about the laminar flow. And about turbulent we are going to discuss about the Reynolds experiment, frictional losses in pipe flow, then stress in turbulence flow, then major and minor losses, then flow through series and parallel pipes. So that part we are going to discuss in the types of flow. And the last chapter we are going to discuss about dimensional analysis. As I said, it is much more essential to discuss about this. The dimensional analysis consists dimensional homogeneity, Rayleigh's method, Buckingham's theorem, then modal analysis, similarity law, dissimilarity numbers, and about the submerged bodies, drag, lift, drag on cylinder, development of lift in cylinder, and etc. So this much part we are going to consider or cover through this syllabus. In this syllabus we are going to touch related with every property of fluid. Regarding the textbooks and reference books, university has prepared two textbooks, that is Modi set of fluid mechanics hydraulics machinery of the standard book house, and Robert W. Fox, Alan T. McDonald are the introduction to fluid mechanics. It is John Wiley & Sons publication, 5th edition. Then for reference purpose you can use a fluid dynamics book of Wiley publication, so Tata McGraw-Hill publication of Streeter, Wendoff and Willey, and Introduction to Fluid Mechanics and Fluid Machinery of Tata McGraw-Hill by J. Biswas and Som Biswas book you can refer. So these are the some books which are recommended by the university. Now related with the units of measurement, physical quantities, basic equations, derived equations, important conversion of length, mass, time and volume. That part we already studied in the previous some lectures, so I am not going to cover it once again at here. Now about the prerequisite. For this subject purpose there is no any prerequisite subject which is previously you have studied, but you must have some knowledge related with the basic properties of fluid and some basics of the fluid mechanics. Already you have studied about the Pascal's law. Means some simple theories you must know, that is what is meant by viscosity, what is meant by Pascal's law and how it works and etc. We are going, already we have taken some review, but even though you must know what is fluid and solid, difference between solid, liquid and gases, and what is fluid mechanics. That part we already covered, but even though I am brief you what is fluid and what is solid, it is dependent on the nature of or that property of that substance. If the co-bonding between the molecules is very high, then the substance is known as solid. For weak bonding it is called as either liquid or gases, which is known as a fluid. So that is difference between solid and fluid. Okay, so here particularly we are going to focus on the fluid, so that is why we are going to discuss related with the only fluid mechanics. This part also we have discussed, that is substance has three phases and how it works, what is the effect of force on the solid and effect of force on liquid. If you apply the force on solid, then it will deform, but with after the release of force it will be gets stable. If it is elastic, then it will be regain its original position. As soon as you stop to provide additional force, the motion of body will stop. But about the liquid, if you provide the initial force, then body will get deformed even after removal of the forces also, or shear force also. So in a solid, it is dependent on the force is directly proportional to the stress, and here it is dependent. Shear stress is proportional to the shear strain. So this is about the solid and liquid. That part we have discussed. Then what is fluid mechanics? Fluid is the substance that continuously deform under applied shear stress, and mechanics is nothing but the science concerned with behavior of physical bodies when subjected to forces. So in general, fluid mechanics is nothing but the science which deals with the behavior of fluids at rest condition, in motion, and at subsequent effects on the surrounding equations. Okay, so that much part we are going to discuss in this lecture. I have given you the brief idea or introduction about the syllabus. This syllabus is very much interesting because first time you are going to directly relate with the fluid mechanics. Already you have studied engineering mechanics, so you have some idea about the solid mechanics, but first time you are coming across with the fluid mechanics. This is very interesting subject. You will be understanding the different phenomena of fluid, and by that you will be able to understand the power of fluid, which can be applicable furthermore for the solving engineering problems in day-to-day life. Here in the practicals also, I have not discussed that here in detail, but in the practicals also related to the fluid mechanics, we are going to check various fluid properties, and we are going to study the equipments which are various equipments which are used for the measurement of fluids. So for measurement of fluid purpose, we are going to perform the experiments on measurement of fluid flow with the help of venturimeter, with the help of orifice meter, and we are also going to verify the Bernoulli's theorem experimentally by performing the actual practicals. We are going to discuss on the various types of flows with the help of using equipments, and that part we are going to study during the laboratory. So per week every student has to go through the 6 hours for this subject, 3 hours theory, 1 hour tutorial, and 2 hours the practical. The lab, this is very interesting subject. So with this I conclude here related with the discussion of the syllabus, and now from next lecture onwards we are going to start with the first chapter, that is basics of the fluid mechanics. Thank you very much.